Good morning. I'm here in the garden and I am pretty excited this morning because we have our first sunflower in bloom of the season and it's just starting to open up. Here it is. This is the plant. It's right next to my rose bush. I did not even plant this sunflower this year. It was a volunteer that just came up and I had sort of intended this row to not even have any sunflowers in it so that these things right here would have the afternoon sun. However, I have a hard time pulling out volunteer sunflowers, so we have this one, and this one will have tons and tons of blooms on it. So if you look, get in here a little closer. We've got each one of these are going to be blooms on this one. Oh, look, there's a Japanese beetle in there too. I just put out some traps yesterday for these beetles because they started, last year we had them strong. Hi, Daisy May. Here's Miss Daisy in here. Isn't it gorgeous? I may have to add this to some of my bouquets. So, but first sunflower of the summer. You can see that we've got tons of other things that are in bloom. Black-eyed Susans. We have these white daisy flowers over here. These are a variety called a crazy daisy. If you look, the petals are not all uniform. They're kind of fuzzy. So I've got several nice splotches of those. Then we have Coreopsis here. My butterfly bush is just starting to try to have some buds on it. Then we've got lots of other things here in the garden that are in the beginning of blooms. My rose bush here, I never remember what the variety is. But these ones are a smaller bloom and it doesn't seem to get super tall. So then we have,
guess what?
What?
There was a bee on the branch right beside me.
There was?
Mm-hmm.
All
So I
right.
hopped down.
Daisy! Very good. All right, dahlias are coming up really good. I have all different varieties of dahlias in here, sprinkled in with some Dusty Miller and more and more and more sunflowers. Then we have just an assortment in this row over here. More of the Black-eyed Susans. These ones are coming on a little slower than the rest. My phlox is kind of doing its just kind of greenery thing for the rest of the summer, I believe. It's already bloomed. And then over here we've got lots of zinnia varieties. Now, I had these all staked out based on variety, and some of the tags, even though the tags are still here, I had written the names of them on just like a wooden popsicle stick, and they faded. But we've got some double dianthus right here that's been in bloom for the last couple of months. This is columbine and it has stopped blooming. But the butterfly pincushion has really taken off. Here we have, I think this is an osteospermum. This is just a regular Shasta daisy. See, these are, in comparison to my crazy daisies, these have just kind of a nice defined petal. And then I have loved watching this Russian sage this year. Every single time I come out, there is at least one bee floating around, and we've got a few. This is just a favorite of pollinators. There's always somebody buzzing around. And some more of the Scabiosa butterfly pincushion. This dianthus was really tiny when I planted it, and it was already in bloom, and it has just taken off as well. My delphinium is really doing well. These are just sort of beautiful. Nice tall purple flower spikes. My lavender's starting in bloom. Oop, lovely bee here on my scabiosa again. And some more of these stinking Japanese beetles. So this is a crazy daisy as well. And then coreopsis right next to it. And some more of these beautiful mounding dianthus. I also have a little basil tucked in here, there, and everywhere throughout the garden. Lots more sunflowers coming on. These ones, I planted them what I thought was going to be plenty far apart, but boy, they seem to be crowded here. Here are some of my zinnias that are starting to come into bloom. One of the things that I try to do with zinnias is as soon as they bloom, I try to cut them to produce more and more blooms. So these ones you can see, they've got tons and tons of buds. So I'm hopeful that within the next few days, this is gonna be just in vibrant color. More varieties of colors of zinnias. This one I believe is called an Illumination. It's this vibrant pink. And then this one is the Purple Prince. Then over here, I planted just some seed mixes. And so I'm not 100% sure what's weeds and what's good. So I've been trying my best to leave it alone and not just try to weed it all gone. So over here is just sort of messy. Then in the next row over, I planted some cool varieties of zinnias. At least I think they're cool. This one is called Queen Lime Red, and I'm gonna try to get out of this sun so you can see it in full color. Isn't that beautiful? Queen Lime Red. And here's another one. It's sort of in the shade right now too. I think they're just beautiful. And then let's keep, these are a variety of snapdragon called Tequila Sunrise, which I love those colors. And then this right here should be coming into bloom. This is Status. Makes for a really great dried flower. Oh, we've got a fair amount of weeds. I planted this dill last year, and I'm hopeful that it will continue to be beneficial to some pollinators here. I believe that swallowtail butterflies use that in their caterpillar stage. So there's that. More and more zinnias. So lots of zinnias. And then this is the other side of that bed, but I'm just not sure what's weeds and what's not. And I've been trying to just leave it alone. So lots and lots of color out across the garden. All right, as we move along, I have some purple basil here. These, I believe, are going to be a white sunflower. You see over here, we've got more of these stinking Japanese beetles. So I put up 2 traps yesterday, hoping to lure some of them away from my plants. And maybe they will be a nice snack for my chickens. So, all right, here we have some echinacea or some coneflowers. These are a nice pink, purpley color. More basil. I have lots of recipes that I use basil throughout the summer. And then this is a double hollyhock. I just love these double blooms on hollyhocks. I was hopeful that this would get a little bit taller. It only really comes maybe up a little bit past my knee. So we'll see what happens as the summer goes on, but it did just go in the ground a couple of weeks ago. And then these I did not even plant. Again, more of these stinking beetles. And if you look right over there, there's a trap. It's not luring these in quite as quickly as I would hope. So, are you infested at your house with Japanese beetles? They really like to put holes in my sunflower leaves. So, but we've got tons and tons of blooms ready to start opening up on these. Can you see them? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 just on the top of this one, and then more as it kind of goes down. And those I hope will just sort of open up in succession. The trouble with these is they don't really have a nice long stem for you to put them in a bouquet, but the birds love them. And then I did not plant those. Those just were all volunteers again. Here we've got some salvia that I did plant, and again, more weeds that are gonna need to come out of here. Throughout the underspace of those sunflowers is some gladolias and I can't remember the name of that other. I think the common name is gay feather. But again, these are just loving this salvia. And these geraniums, they haven't really gotten nice tall spikes on them yet. I'm hoping that they will continue to get taller and taller, or they may just be a small variety. So, but that's what we've got in bloom right now. Pretty pumped about that beauty over there. Lovely sunflower making its first appearance of the season. Well, thanks for watching today. I hope that you guys have a lot of things in bloom in your gardens as well. And if not, I hope you found some joy in checking our blooms out today. Have a great day.